it's me. I did a post a couple days ago on how we find ourselves in addictions that aren't necessarily something that we take, not a pill or a drug or booze. And sometimes that these addictions are to drama and to plastic surgery and to success. And someone said to me, that's near and dear to my heart, she said, that video pissed me off because here I am doing me and taking responsibility for my life. And you're telling me that someone gets a pass because they're addicted to their own chaos and drama and depression. And when these people think that they have these problems, then they give themselves the pass to be judgmental and to take something to ease their symptoms instead of facing them, and to be cruel to other people. And I thanked her profusely for that comment because that's true. So I wanted to examine that a little bit and go to the other side. Instead of concentrating on the person that's addicted, let's concentrate on the people that have to deal with it. I know from my own experience and the experience of hundreds of other people over the years that it is just as hard on the family member or the friend or the spouse or the kid, the son, the daughter, the parents, of the person that's stuck in their own world of whatever their thing is. And it's important to touch on that. Feeling frustrated and not knowing what the hell to do. I don't want to give a pass to anyone. That's not my intention. The number one thing we have to realize that will empower someone that is dealing with someone in their own behaviors is that you have a choice of how far you're going to keep engaging with that person. If I could pick a utopian world to live in, I think the number one essence in my utopia would be that no one needs to escape themselves. That's the worst feeling ever. And when we're at unease, the lack of ease in our own selves, if I'm screaming at you for being a power freak and being a horrible person, and the mirror is pointing back at me and it's what I'm thinking about myself. And it doesn't make it less hurtful for the person that has to listen to that. And now a lot of the drugs are legal that people are ODing on and prescribed to them. And I just don't know what to do. I don't know how I can help. Even though I have people that I help one at a time to find their bliss again, to find their natural high, I feel like I should be doing it on a larger scale, and I just don't even know where to begin with that. But I can tell you, at least while I'm sitting here, that the shift in thinking is a great way to start. And even if it's a glass of wine too much that makes someone wish they weren't drinking so much, even if it's having a sense of sadness as you go through your life, maybe I can help with that. It almost sounds too simple what I say, but it doesn't need to be complicated. It doesn't need to be a black hole. What are we devoted to in our lives? How do we spend every day of our lives? Are we devoted to ourselves, or are we devoted to us? Do we feel totally alone and we hide what we do because part of us is so shamed? Or do we find the people around us and get this collective consciousness going so that we all know we're in it together? and that together we can figure it out and we can support each other and we can hug each other through the process. And we can say, there's hope, you can do this, we can all do this. I know how to do that on a level of 1, 2, 5, or 6 people, but I just wish I could figure out how to do it on a large scale and be effective. This is the answer. You can choose to go through life playfully, or you can choose to go through life in misery. And it is a choice. I was speaking with someone that had a horrible upbringing of abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse. And that person is living a life beyond most people's dreams today. And he's also one person at a time, passing that forward and showing others how. If you are healthy, if you know how to be playful, if you know how to look at life with the glass half full and not half empty, I implore you to spread that, because you're important and you're really valuable today. Saying hi to one guy at Dunkin' Donuts with a huge smile could be the difference of how that person walks out that door and continues their day. Small acts of kindness are monumental. We need to be brave. We need to get our brave pants on here and collectively shift the way that this is going. I know myself and hundreds of people that have had to sort through really tough shit, that had made really bad choices and gotten into really sucky situations where there just doesn't seem to be a way out. It's like trying to start a diet every single day and you see the donut and you continue to eat it. The courage to say, I feel less than, and I just don't know what to do about it, is a beautiful thing. And there could be 100 different scenarios to why I'm saying that. But immediately what I can do now is say, go into that feeling. Let's explore it. I don't reach into my cabinet to forget about it anymore. I explore it. And once that feeling is heard, it's like a little kid. It gives you a hug and it walks away. It may not be right away, but it will. Once we understand and give attention to whatever that is crying inside of us, wreaking havoc on our lives, once we give it a voice, once we talk about it to someone, once we journal about it, once we cry about it, once we scream, once we give that dark energy a voice, then we're on our way. We are made divine with human bodies and human tendencies. So which area are you going to allow to rule your life? That divine that creates the forests and creates the skies and the clouds on every single animal and all of us and all of our different forms, are we going to tap into that force? Or are we going to tap into our own minds telling us we're not enough constantly? That's like tuning the TV on to a horror channel and you hate horror movies, but you refuse to turn the channel, so you just stay in the horror movie. It's our choice to turn the channel any moment we want to. We have one choice over here, which is we live, we survive, we procreate, we die. Or we have the choice to create whatever we want, including our moods, and live in joy and happiness and wonder while we're here on the earth. I hope that when we're in old age, we're not sitting around talking to each other about how life sucks. I hope we were sitting around glowing with exuberance because we treaded lightly on the earth with joy. And when it sucked, it was okay. Because there's one thing that's guaranteed, is that everything is temporary. Peace out.